This is kind of Daft Punkish, isn't it? It's good either way. Gonna wait a little bit to see if anybody's gonna show up. You would not believe I actually comb my hair. I don't believe it either. And yet, here we are. Gonna play with my balls a little bit. My good pajamas is in the laundry right now. Oh, hi, Sam! Just as I say, I'm going to play with my balls. Very happy to see you again. You must have been really busy. How loud is my music anyway? Oh, there we go. That's why I was struggling a bit with focusing. The music was like one touch too high for my little neurodivergent ears. But yeah, my good pajamas is in the wash, so in order to stay warm, I got the unicorn onesie on today. So there's that. Once again, I didn't do any traditional art yesterday. I had classes. Yeah, understandably. You were busy. It's perfectly okay. I mean, that is the whole point for me to record these. So like that, it's not a problem if people want to see them. But like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I understand that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's literally the only time I have free to do these. So I figured if I can't be on the popular timestamps, I'm going to just record these on YouTube so people can watch them at their leisure. But as I was about to say, I did work all day yesterday on a comic that I put up on my Global Comics account. It's another Welcome Home Nephew alternate universe story where Wally Darling from Welcome Home is the uncle of Yellow Guy from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. So yeah, there's some uncomfortable stuff going on, as expected from these two series, but it's mainly like trying to give Yellow Guy a break by having him hang out with Wally, who is a quote-unquote responsible adult if you account for all the adults in Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. And for Wally to not feel lonely because now he has Yellow Guy to spend time with during summer break. The first story was that Yellow Guy going to Wally's place, being all happy and talky. And the episode I made yesterday, which is 15 panels long, the first one was 12 panels, is called Painting the Fence. And yeah, it takes a turn. Let me just paste the link to my Global Comics. Everything is always on my link tree when in doubt, so there we go. So if anybody wants to see it. Of course, there's also the weekly update of Power Trip, the current Super Mario Adventure's continued episode. We are now on episode 6. That's a couple years of work, since we do an episode per year, roughly. And this one is going to clock in at another 40 pages like Kami Calamity. And I've also added the Smack Omakes. Did you see the Mario movie? I did see the Mario movie. I went to the cinema with my Luigi hat on. And my sister was with me and she had a Mario hat. So yeah, we saw the movie. It was delayed by 1 week. Like, it was already delayed for me because, like, the movie came out at a certain date, but if I wanted to see it in English, I had to wait like 4 days later, and then my sister got a migraine, so I had to wait another week, and then I finally got to see it, and I'm happy. While I'm here, I'm going to post the rules while I think about it. I assume you saw it too? I went with my cappy hat. You have a cappy hat. Oh, I do not have a cappy hat. But I bet I could make one. I know how to sew. There's not much I can't do. That's what happened when you're perfect in every way. And modest too, don't forget modest. Well, now that we have somebody, I'm going to scuttle my stuff on my second screen. Oh, well, I'm gonna leave that here for now, so you guys can see what I drew this morning. And of course, if you want to take a bit more time to inspect and study the drawing, because I am so good, ha ha ha. I wish this menu could have editable colors, because look at that, they're all white or black. There we go. Like, sure, I have names on them, but it's like the eye grabs my eye first, and then I can maybe understand that there's text under that eye, because that eye is so big. You are a great artist. Of course I am. You wouldn't be here if I was not a great artist. So yeah, this is what I worked on this morning, because I felt like it. Little Barnaby yellow guy. I don't want to say Barnaby X yellow guy, because I don't ship anybody, and especially not with yellow guy, because he's implied to be a minor. But I do like the idea of Wally and Yellow Guy being uncle and nephew. And only because they both have yellow skin and blue hair. That is the only reason. And I was like, they look a lot alike. I love it. Thank you, Sam. I use a little bit of everything. I've got some paper textures, some colors, filter on top to try and unify the colors a little bit more together. As you can see in the corner, I did have a reference that I could grab the colors from, and then I put a filter on top. Now it's saved. I can go and put this away. Put that on the navigator. Put that here. Like, I don't know for you guys, but my welcome home stuff is popping on Instagram since last night when I posted painting the fence. I also noticed while working with the tight spot font that out of friggin' nowhere, Clip Studio now works with dynamic fonts. Dynamic fonts, what happens with them, the name says it, really, they're dynamic. So, like with tight spot, I'm still gonna grab my regular back issues there, but with tight spot, for example, which is a dynamic font, if you use the same letter a couple of times in the same line, it's going to change a little bit. Like the kerning's gonna move a little bit, the shape of the letter is gonna change a little bit, if only to make the writing more organic. And normally Clip Studio did not work with that. And I don't know when they decided to do this. I don't know if it's a basic Clip Studio update, or if it's unique to 2.0. And don't get me started on 2.0. They did some stupid shit. But I noticed while drawing the first panel of painting the fence, like at the duh that yellow guy says, that the U's were changing shapes, and I was like... I sometimes forget I have to post on Instagram. When in doubt, I use this app. Because Lord knows I have no memory for anything either. I'm going to drop it in the chat. It's called Habitica. Like, I literally have my script on Habitica right now. Because, once again, no memory. And it's basically a to-do app, but RPG-fied. You have a character, you get to pick a class, you get to dress up the character, and as you do your stuff, you gain experience point. You keep your HP up, because if you don't do your shit, your HP will go down. You die, you lose a level. And you're welcome. And you can, you can do anything that you normally do on a to-do list. Like, you can have reoccurring items. My reoccurring items, I usually put them in the dailies. That's what they're for. Oh yeah, I ate my lunch. I better tick that in the morning. I muted the tab, but you have sound effects too, and it's also a phone app. Android, Apple. This post is not sponsored. This is just because it's useful to me. So if anybody else finds it useful to them, I have ADHD. I have no memory for anything. Not even to eat lunch. I only remember because I wrote it down in the frickin' app. And like, you can get equipment, you can get mounts, you can get pets, you can get quests. Right now I'm on a special edition quest. Like, you can use real money to get more quests and special equipment, but that's 100% optional. And like, I only got that special edition quest because they had an anniversary or special event recently. They gave a couple diamonds, so I used them to get some quests to get more unicorns. And like, right now I'm battling the Unicorn Queen. And so far I gave her 12.3 damage. And because I'm so high up, I'm like level 175 just. Holy jeez. Is that like a diamond anniversary? On my rogue. From what I'm seeing here, she can't do shit to me. 0 damage, 0 damage, 0 damage. And once I defeat her, I'm going to get a unicorn egg. And then depending on what kind of food, potion I'm going to give it first, is going to give me a different unicorn. And then I feed it the food that matches the potion, then I'm going to get a mount of that type. And there's several types. There's regular, there's desert, there's skeleton, there's zombie, pink, black, blue. It's fun. It's really fun. And like, a lot of all the default pets and mounts are free. You get them as drops as you work through your lists. And like, I'm more focused right now on doing my stuff than gaining stuff because I am drowning in gold. Like, like I've been on that app since they were on the Kickstarter, and I participated in the Kickstarter to make sure that the app existed. So yeah, I gathered up a lot of gold. But now let's take a look at my script so we can actually get started. But yeah, if that app helps you, all the better. If it doesn't, we're gonna try something else. That's it. That's all. Gonna have another sip of tea, and we're gonna get started now that I got my script right there. My script that I wrote this morning because I'm out of ideas, honestly. So. I've been going at this for almost 8 years. Now, usually when it comes, when it comes to drawing anything, I will recommend to have some sort of reference near. But I'm drawing a bootleg cookie comic, so references, schmeferences. But if you're working on something a little bit more serious, then yeah. Can't lose ideas until 10 years. Oh yeah, no pressure. Because here's the thing, there are some stuff that happened to me that I have yet to post in the comic. But at the same time, I don't want to traumatize people. Because, like, real thing that happened to me, I had a teacher slap me across the face over a chocolate muffin. Ask me how old I was. And I got into trouble for saying son of a gun. Oh yeah, tolerance 0, isn't it? For the record, when I got slapped across the face over a chocolate muffin, I was 5. So, you know, big rebel. Gonna overthrow the patriarchy or something. By a teacher, mind you. Because she thought I was sassing her. Me and my neurodivergence were sassing her because she asked me if I was going to eat the chocolate muffin or not. And I was like, smack. So yeah. Needless to say, I don't like school. Hi, Coco. We were just discussing school traumas. Now, isn't that fun? Oh, Coco, I got some items for the offhand that are ready for the Celeste model, and you're using the Celeste model. So you should have access to the offhand store now. So if you want to fiddle with that, go right ahead. I'm just warning you that a lot of the items are not properly aligned yet. But you have access. You should have access to it. I have plenty of those. Don't we all, girlfriend? I love learning, but I hate school. Not feeling too good today. I may have food poisoning. Ate a meatball that was not entirely cooked true. Oh dear. Maybe something with mint would help a little bit. Also, if you don't have access to the offhand items, Coco, you also tell me. You should. Like, so far the Bannon model has access to the offhands, and those are all aligned. The Celeste model is supposed to have access to the offhands because I started working on them. And to work on them, I have to give permission to the model to have access, so... That's why I'm assuming that you should have access. I still got notifications on my phone while I'm working. I got access to... Oh, good. Goody, goody. I'm one of those snake handlers now, speaking tongues. Look at you go! Wiggle, wiggle. Eventually all the models will have access to the offhand items. I just gotta tweak them all manually, that's why. Because here's the thing. As expected, because they're different characters, the models each have different heights, different hand placements. So that's why I gotta go one by one. I was just checking something. When in doubt, action line. That's the fun thing about sketching. You can just do fuck all. Like, trust the process. Lord knows I tell myself that a lot when doing the Colors of the Month challenge, because sometimes the process looks horrible. I'm halfway through and I'm like, oh my god, I should burn this! And then I finish it. Oh, well, it's so bad. I've had trouble with my eyes this weekend. They are dry, they are itchy. I could benefit from some eye drops, but the only drops we have right now are teeth drops, and I am not dropping that in my eyeballs. Oh yeah, apparently the offhands are allowed to have a nice shiny animated sword, but not the main hands. So that's something I should change. All I would have to do was to copy that specific sword and drop it in the folder for the main hands. That's pretty easy. But anyway. I gotta be careful, I'm making that thing look like a horse. Okay, I'm still online. It's just you guys disappeared at the same time, so I was like... I mean, I got quiet too, so... What is this story about? Oh, it's coming. Basically, I got woken up by a guy 9 floors above me playing music loud enough to be heard through a closed window. Yeah, 9 floors? Okay, that was way too loud. Oh, some medical treatment should be administered to the guy on the 8th floor. But yeah, to answer Sam's question, this week, like, one thing I like to do, and that honestly is terrible on my budgeting, is to go on AliExpress, not sponsored, to look up art supplies. If only to find something new. Because I love me some gimmick art supplies. And I found out that they actually sell cinnabar pigment. This story that I'm drawing now is related to that discovery. I actually went outside at the crack of morning to see what was doing it, and it was the only window open, so it was way easy to find out. Still, the 9th floor. Who the hell needs music that loud? Your dad doesn't blast Gangsta's Paradise at 8 a.m. 8 a.m.? I've gotten used to that because my dad plays guitar. No, it's country. So he blasts country at 8 a.m.? And then you wonder why female country singers, I was like, oops, I killed my husband. Anybody else picturing Sam's dad like head banging to country music? Woo! Beer, trucks, women. Funny enough, I think he does head bang to that. I'm picturing Sam sleeping, getting jolted awake, someone belting, save a horse, ride a cowboy. He does ride horses. Damn, your dad is getting cooler by the minute. And I say that without a single ounce of sarcasm. Because honestly, I do like riding horses. Me too. I can ride horses, both English and Western style. I even got bucked off a horse once. Well, if anybody had any doubt about how tough Coco is, I mean, when a horse decides it wants nothing to do with you anymore, you get out of the fucking way. Whether you like it or not. And I better not hear anything about, yeah, but horses are herbivores. I can take on a herbivore. They're not predators. No, but I have to deal with predators every day. So yeah, they know their shit. Oh, they will take off their horseshoes to show that this... Oh! Marguerite, hold my shoes. You don't want to get a beat down by a Mustang, let me tell you. We're laughing, but you don't want to mess with a spooked horse. Horses are strong and easily scared. Exactly. See, thinking that herbivore animals are defenseless is the reason why so many people die trying to pet bisons. Like, between you and me, moose, adorable. Their big soft noses, super cute. From over there. I ain't getting closer unless that thing is dead and ready to be on my burger by supper time. Oh yeah, fun fact, I'm not vegetarian. Don't get me wrong, I am willing to eat vegetarian food or vegan food, and I'm not going to try to trap somebody into eating meat, because honestly that's a really shitty thing to do. Herbivores will fuck you up. Yes, they will. But at the same time, I need my meat. Like, I don't know, I was a cat in a past life and I need taurine or something. Because if I go without meat for a little too long, then I literally get sick. But there is nothing wrong with being vegetarian or vegan. Whatever is good for you. You can try to be an asshole and trick me with fake meat and stuff like that. But either way, I'm getting a meal out of it, so who wins here? You like food in general. Oh, I love to eat. I think it's pretty clear. Like, the only time I will really complain about a vegetarian or a vegan diet, or specifically a vegan diet, would be when you're trying to force your carnivorous animals to go on it. Like, literally they're not made for that. Even if dogs are technically omnivores, they need actual meat. They can't compensate the same way humans can. Like, you gotta be a little reasonable too, you know? It's not a thing of preference for the animal, it's that if they don't have certain nutrients, they are going to die. And it doesn't work with just supplements. Biology from Shira. And then again, the biology I know is literally from grade 10. Like, we didn't cover all the muscles in that class, but we did cover a good bunch of bones. It's also the same class where I dissected a cow's eyeball. And I did make a bootleg cookie out of that a couple years ago. I'm just thinking about myself. Like, I was desperately trying to do my schoolwork, but the frickin' eyeball kept bumping and bouncing around on the plate. And I was getting frustrated. You guys, when you were in school, question for everybody. If you're watching the archive, if you have a place to write a comment under the video, go right ahead. Did you ever dissect anything? I have dissected a cow's eyeball, and because we were a school with a small budget, I watched my teacher dissect a sheep's brain. And or, when it got time to dissect something, did you fight it? Did you refuse to do it? Because we're going several decades around here. When I was in high school, it was the 90s. So I want to know, like, was it a synthetic thing to dissect or an actual animal? What was the animal? You know, stuff like that. Not old enough yet. Yeah, you is gonna be interesting because you're homeschooled. Frog and earthworm. Oh, that must have been hard. The frog, no, but the earthworm. Wow. And I thought I was a big shot being able to ink with a Maru pen. Dissecting an earthworm? That had to be a big fat one. Actually, yeah, worm, and I'm terrified of worms. Aw, but worms are fun. Like, they're squiggly and they're a little sticky. And then you touch them a little bit and they go... I'm not bothered by bugs. I played with a lot of bugs as a kid. Still do sometimes. If I'm walking down the driveway, after it rains and there's worms, I usually pick them up and put them in the grass. So I don't squish them on my way back. We use a razor, not a scalpel, to do it. I did use a scalpel for the eyeball. Maybe they should have given us razors. But yet a worm was itty-bitty, but they were easy and cheap for the school to get. Well, I bet. They were easy to get. You can't make me believe they were easy to open. One time my friend brought a worm in. Come on, load, chat. In class, not knowing they would die without sunlight. Yeah, he put it back, though. Well, they need a lot of things. They need sunlight, and they need to stay in the earth to stay moist. I rescue worms on the sidewalks after a rainstorm. Yeah, me too. Well, from the sidewalk. From the driveway, we don't have sidewalks exactly where I live. Cue people complaining, well, you're really rural, aren't you? Yes, I am rural. I am well aware, thank you. Can't save them all. It matters to the worms. We can go back into the earth. Exactly. I think the only insect I have absolutely zero compassion for are mosquitoes. I care exactly zero for these little... Kershaw Diplomacy. Oh, that sure is a name. Interstellaria. Yeah, because apparently I have access to the album names, but you don't, because I'm the admin. Bedbugs and house roaches need to be unalive too. Yeah, that's right. I didn't think about those because I'm gonna show off a little bit, but I don't have those. I haven't seen a cockroach where I live in my life. The one time I saw some up close and personal was when we went to Cuba and we were in this really fancy hotel to visit. and one of the handlers and I went to the bathroom, and while she was peeing, I noticed a hole in the wall, and there were two cockroaches, like a good sized cockroach, like the ones you see in movies, like you know they got meat, looking at me with their little antennas going like this, and I was like, hey, look at that. And of course the handler just completely lost her shit and panicked and pulled me out screaming, and I'm like, it's just cockroaches. Well, there you go. There's another story to put in Bootleg Cookie. But it is true, when I use my airbrush, I forget to use my mask half the time, so do not recommend. When doing airbrush, folks, use your face mask. Do as I say, don't do as I do. It's my own damn fault I sneezed purple for the rest of the week. And sneezing purple is not healthy. I do my best to think about it. I bought a N95, I think it's called, mask especially to airbrush. And the rare times I do airbrush, I'm using it, I promise. I paid good money for this mask, I'm going to use it. Guilting myself through budgeting, again. This is gonna take forever to ink, let's be honest. Because of all the fur. I mean, I do have fur brushes, but they're not at the pen thickness that I usually use, so it's not gonna work. Okay, this one kind of sounds like something that would be in the Sniffit City in Origami King. This would be easier if the meme was like, inside of you there are two bunnies. It wouldn't be as funny. May have jumped the gun a little bit on the fill in black. There we go. I forgot to mention that I got French versions of the Dragon Ball comics and I don't have the English versions. Well, that makes two of us! If there ever was a reason to study French, there it is. And then you listen to the Dragon Ball Z theme song in French, and that'll take out all anticipation to learn French, because whoo, it's not as energetic as the original or the English version. I'll let you guys look it up yourselves on YouTube. For all I know, I drew a dog and a coyote. Well, accuracy is not the point in Bootleg Cookie. Oddly calm. It is oddly calm. Isn't it? Considering what kind of story it is? Oh, look at that! I have no idea how to pronounce that. But thank you, Chani, I'm assuming, for joining the party. Super appreciated. Thank you very much. Just for that, I'm gonna drop a couple more fairies. Celebratory fairies, yay! You know, I wish I could program a macro that every time somebody joins the party, I could drop fairies automatically. But I don't think it works like that just yet. What are those little pumpkins? They're really small for me. Hang on. I am blind. Let's take a look. Still small, but cute. So yeah, basically this is what I do. I talk, and the more... it's a bear in a turkey costume. Oh! Scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh yeah, I kind of see it. Then again, it's not the emoji's fault. I think it's because, like, they're both the same orange for me. Maybe that's why I got trouble seeing what it is. I kind of sound like a parrot. That's lovely, honey! What is it? Wait a second. I just realized my unicorn onesie kind of looks pink on screen because of my settings. It's blue. The stuff you find out, eh? My settings really don't tolerate any green at all. Well, yes, I do have ADHD. How did you notice? Not a turduck and a grizzly. I don't know if that sounds more delicious or more dangerous. Dangelicious. Oh, I like this one. What are you working on? The answer is yes. I'm working on the next Bootleg Cookie comic. Bootleg Cookie is basically a autobiographic comic of stuff that happens to me, or the weird stuff I think about. Today's story is literally about me trying to decide if I should buy the toxic pigment or not. Spoilers, I did not. Chronologically, I'm a grown-up, but at heart, I am still an artist, and I would definitely accidentally stick the toxic pigment in my mouth. I love the lasso tool. It is a godsend. I have the honor of appearing in a couple of these strips. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you're friends with the creator. What did I do with my... Oh, there we go. A little less peachy. Ah, there we go. Took me forever. All hail the lasso tool. All hail! Are you a fellow artist, Chon? Chani? I've appeared in none. Well, be funny, Sam. You gotta put a little effort too, you know? Dad, I don't like Shiro anymore. Ooh, tell us what you do then, Chani. Tell me how you want me to pronounce that, if it's possible, by text. I'll get to that. Because you gotta keep in mind, Sam is a very busy person. Once again, I am saying that without a speck of sarcasm. Respect to fellow artists. Some days I'm busy, some days I'm playing Final Fantasy VII in Spanish in a unicorn onesie. Both are good. Thank you. Because name pronouncing is very important to me, and I know it's hard to explain how to pronounce something by text. I just know I get very annoyed when I introduce myself with my meat space name, and immediately people turn around and go, Shirley? No. The nesting doll strip is a real conversation I had with New. That's true. If you want to know what the nesting doll strip is, you're going to have to go through the archive, and that'll bump up my readership a little bit. I'm stupid, but I'm not completely stupid. Also, since we're the last of April, it's going to... Tomorrow is going to be NSYNC Day. Keep in mind, I'm going to be doing a Color of the Month challenge starting next week. Live streams, so keep an eye on my Instagram if you want to have a chance to participate in the prompts. I usually pick the 4 first ones in my Instagram stories. I will be asking, what do you want to see me draw? And if you're one of the first 4s, I will pick it and draw it. Yeah, and sometimes a new God of War game comes out and I need to put everything on hold. See, Sam gets me. I've been playing video games in Spanish because I'm trying to learn, and I feel like Duolingo is being a little slow. Because I'm still borrowing books from the frickin' Universidad. So I figured I learned most of my English through video games. That's what I'm going to do with Spanish. So I put the setting on my Switch to Spanish. And whenever possible, I find a version of a game I own in Spanish, and I'm going to replay it. Simple as that. Okay, I just draw a lot of personal stuff for now of my OCs. I just started learning to animate, so I just finished a small animatic. You're telling us that, in public, thinking we're not gonna ask to see the animatic. Because now that you've said that, as soon as the stream ends, I'm going to take my time and go and follow you back. You know that, right? if you got a YouTube or anything, just put your YouTube name, because links don't work. So then I can go and look and post the link, because I can post links. Don't blame me, blame all the frickin' bots that used to plague the frickin' chat. If you got an account where we can see your stuff too. Like, link don't works, but like, if you say like Instagram, my username is... hopefully maybe towards the end of the year I can start up my BL comic. If I had eyebrows, you would see them waggle right now. I do have eyebrows, they're blonde, shut up. But of course, when we see fellow artists here, we want to see their stuff. Just ask Sam, he made a Salad Fingers fan video, and I actually played it live on the stream. If you're wondering why I'm covering the entire thing in the base color, it's just easier after to fill in the weight. Johnny for all socials. Okay. We're gonna go take a look-see. Off screen for now. Let's see. Fa la 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 la. Oh yeah, that's definitely you. I see your the same account right there. That's a follow. Oh, you do a lot of shit, don't you? Piercer, tattoo apprentice, and Twitch streamer. Oh well, while I'm here, I'm gonna go on your Twitch. I'm gonna follow you there too. Oh, there's the button. Took forever to load. Holy shit, your stuff is pretty. So yeah, I'm gonna casually whoopsie daisy macaroni. If people want to see showing his art. Now Sam, remember, you're underage, so Choni wrote on their Instagram that they're 18 plus. It's possible that they won't be comfortable with you being there, even if you have your dad's permission to be here. So, had a falling out with art for 2 years, and now I'm trying to get back into it. Oh, that's the abusive ex I go back to every day. But you got some really pretty stuff. Like the way you use color, I really like that. Just gonna slide real quick. I'm too scared now to look. No, it's pretty okay. It's just, as far as adult stuff goes, from what I'm seeing here right quick, it's pretty okay. But like I said, usually accounts that are labeled 18 plus, they just don't want to interact with minors, and that is okay. It's nothing personal. It's just to protect themselves from Karen parents. Because you never know when there's going to be a parent accusing you of trying to groom their child. Like, Sam is here, and he's allowed here because I know that his dad gives him permission and supervises him. But, like, not everybody knows that by default. So, it's gotta be some mutual respect going on here, you know? Yeah, I haven't posted my smut yet, so it's a precaution. Yeah, see? But like I said, it's nothing personal. It's just to avoid being attacked. Like, if there's something a mature artist doesn't want to hear is, I'm mature for my age. But maybe I'll make a Safe for Works account. That is entirely up to you. See, I'm not just funny, I'm educative. But I'm like, yay, new artist to follow. Don't worry about me. Despite the unicorn onesie, I am 40 years old. I think it was pretty clear from my face, but still. Despite the unicorn onesie and the Sailor Moon themed smudge guard, I am 40 years old. Honestly, the only reason I don't draw a lot of smut is because I'm not good at it. So it's gonna sound weird, but it's something I gotta practice. But I want to work on my skin rendering first. Not on Bootleg Cookie, because Bootleg Cookie is like my lazy comic, so I just draw however the hell I want. And thank you for the follow back, Choni. You did not have to. There is never an obligation to follow me back when I follow someone, but it's still appreciated. You look like you're in your late 20s. Thank you. Is the onesie. But no, seriously, I am indeed 40 years old. I hit it last year. I'm going to be 41 this September. I blame my youthfulness on the fact that I'm not in school anymore, so it doesn't stress me out as much. Also, no retail. Neither you or I will ever grow up more than strictly necessary. Yeah, I'm lazy, so I age the bare minimum. That will be a weird thing to get in my notification if you post that. I got an account for when I decide to draw filth. But I'm not gonna say what it is. First of all, because I update it once every 10 years or something. Yeah, retail stinks. Yeah, retail stinks! People will yell at you for the dumbest shit. It's getting really hard to post smut now. IMGer is purging all adult content, Tumblr banned it, and install also censors. You can still do it on Twitter, and that's all I'm saying about that. And that's how you can fake depth. By changing the value of the same color. Just say no Sam allowed. Well, that's what 18 plus usually means. Like I said, Sam, you have special permission because I know for a fact your father gave you permission to be here, and he checks what you do. Like, you got a little special little badge. Credit card companies and Apple stores are Puritans and are dictating what people post on social media. It sounds like Coco is exaggerating. She is not. That's literally what is happening. That's why we had a little bout where OnlyFans was like, yeah, we're not gonna do porn anymore. That's exactly why. And then they turn around, it's to protect the children. Yeah, that's why we got it labeled 18 and up. And then you have the kids, yeah, but I'm mature for my age. We are trying not to get in trouble. They knew what it meant before I was born, cool. No, but like I was literally born before Luigi. So I'm an old fart. I'm officially an old fart. I am older than Luigi. Yes, that Luigi. Let's see if I missed anything. You look like in your late 20s. Thank you, it's the acne. And that's another thing about Sam being allowed to be here, is because he's not an ass about being allowed to be here. He's not just supervised, he's not an ass. And y'all know I have no toleration for asses. Except myself. I am the only ass tolerated on this live stream. We're almost done. I got more colors. Ah, that's a nice one. She is a queen of that. I mean, I'm not gonna fight it. Like, I'm already an ass by default. Sometimes I will give art classes. I'm worse. Like, notice I said ass and not asshole. Because I talk like this, but I don't want to discourage other artists. Especially younger artists. Like, oh my god. Art is such a good coping mechanism. Why would I try to take it away from you by saying your stuff is shit? Because your stuff is not shit. Simple as that. I'm not well placed to say that somebody's stuff is shit when this is my default art style for a webcomic that I've been drawing for 7-8 years. Except for Sam, obviously, he can't spell. He can learn, however. Notice, I told him, be funny. And he's trying. Nah, I'm gonna need those particles to be bigger. Whoops. Not here. Gotta go. Bye. Bye, Sam. Thanks for coming. It was fun. Alright, final save. Then we're gonna get a final look around. And then we should be done for today. I need to dust my tablet. It's so dusty down here, I'm surprised I can still breathe. Just going to lurk for a bit before I have to go to work. Lovely stream. Thank you, Choni. I'm gonna add a little bit of weight in that, in the extra sweat, and then I'm gonna call it done. Yeah, done. Done. Hi, Joel. Bye, Joel. You came in just in time for me to finish the comic and switch to the to the credits. Nice fluffy wolves. Thank you. Of course my wolves would be fluffy. Look at me. I'm fluffy! And bookend. And as usual, with every end of stream, extra special caramel drizzle rainbow sprinkle thanks to our supporters on Patreon, Amber B, Paul K, Miss Enovis, David F, Marianne J, and Zedna. Your continued support is, as always, immensely appreciated. It sure lowers my anxiety. Anyway, next weekend, of course, since it's going to be the first Saturday of the month, is going to be in the Color of the Month Challenge live stream on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And as usual, check my Instagram stories on Friday as early as possible, because the first 4 submissions to the art prompt are going to be chosen to be drawn on the Saturday live stream. And of course, next Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, the usual Bootleg Cookie live stream. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Chani, for joining the party. And now I got another artist to follow, so I'm always happy for that. And I'll see you guys next weekend. I love you all, and bye-bye.